Hello, everybody, and welcome to Overanalysis episode 3. I've just arrived back from Amsterdam after having watched the grand finals for the LAN. Boy, that was a good game, and I'll be going through that. But for today, we're looking at the quarterfinals. I'm going to be following Ascendancy's matches because they won the tournament, and I like how they played. And we'll go on to why they won against VGG in like a future episode. But for this map analysis, I would like to look at why Sunset Ravens, a team who were viewed as the underdogs initially, managed to 9-2 Ascendancy on Suna, the map in which they then 9-5'd VGG. So I just want to go over why Sunset Ravens had such a strong Suna, what they did, and how everyone else can learn from it. And this will kind of just be like, I've watched the game, but this is sort of a live reaction because I can't remember all of it, of course. But I'll just explain play by play what's going on, and we're just going to talk about what Sunset Ravens do nicely in each play. So like here it's going to be annoying if I can't pause. Okay, cool. So here we see a B slam coming out from Ascendancy, a very aggressive, just 5 people, B long, go, go, go. Tay initially at the start of this round goes for a bit of a trick play that like some players will go for on B executes, which is using the sort of timing, like he's playing outside of Sunset Ravens' expectancy of timings, and by instantly crossing here and running into undersight, he's trying to catch off Sunset Ravens. That he's trying to just pull out like a 2K, maybe the people over their guns down. The issue with this being that Ascendancy have scrimmed Sunset Ravens. Sunset Ravens have scrimmed players like this before. This play is a bit more like expectable now. This isn't what it used to be, where it would be, oh my god, what's he doing? It's a little bit more readable. So we do see him get into undersight, spotted by Cray on site, shut down. And now this is just an absolute blender of a match, this like round. We see all 4 of Ascendancy crossing, and 4 Sunset Ravens players all posted up around. I mean, we've got so this is Cray, Hoggins, Pan, and Dank, and then Milo on the final rotation. But we have 4 Sunset Ravens players playing around the smokes, playing around sight against the Ascendancy players who are out in the open crossing. So Hoggins does nicely here, Cray does nicely here, Dank does nicely here, and what happens is it's just Sunset Ravens have just squished Ascendancy into this area of cross, which is an open area where the Sunset Ravens are just playing around the objects they have to maneuver, and then they can just util dump Ascendancy as well, and it's just all left to 30. A great round for Sunset Ravens. Like, they played this nicely. So straight away, Ascendancy into a default. We see Tay go LT, which I believe happens a lot. Just taking good mid space. This like kind of control is telegraphed to Sunset Ravens. They're aware of it as well. So the goal here is just for like Tay's going to maintain the space outside of Scaff while letting the rest of the team do things. And the main focus here for Ascendancy will be the B long control. One of the reasons why they lost sooner so poorly from their attack is because of the lack of B long control they get. Because we see Pan, experienced NA player, shuts down 30. And then, okay, before we actually go on to what Pan's done, Tay in this position in mid. Smokes have now faded. He's still there as this insert. And Hoggins has played a little bit too aggressively. He's pushed up into the corner of Scaff. Tay able to catch out Hoggins in this moment, and now Ascendancy have a bit more strength towards mid, but the issue with this is that the players from A have come in towards mid to help Hoggins because Hoggins has died, and Ascendancy were aware of this, and they've had their player come out of A main. So it's a really nicely played sort of succession here where we see I don't know who that is, but whoever that is in the A main, Tay will get this pick or this like make this audio. Tay's now hearing the rotation, so then this player starts going. And it's that like little just audio cue you get from Tay being in lower tunnels that gives a nice rotation info to Ascendancy to then have that A main lurk come out. So Tay gets Hoggins with that mid pick. Rest of the team come in to support. Shut down. A main lurk is now out. It looks like Cray's aware of it. And Pan's shut down by Bambuza, so this round should be in the hands of Ascendancy based on their map control, but Dank kind of pulls in a bit of a... Sorry, there's a lot happening. So Dank shuts down Squarehead, pushing up Cat. The issue here for Ascendancy and what they've done wrong is Tay heard 2 players rotate off of Suna A site, off of A site down ramp. Tay got a mid pick as well. What happened that was bad is Bambuza getting this pick on long. I, in my opinion, think someone is out A main, rotate and take A. Like if you have A main control and those players have rotated off of A, take Scanner to A, especially if you have mid control as well. So Squarehead here not really going to A and instead solo pushing Cat. So instead of taking a rotation and trying to push A site together, which is in the control of this lurk, they've instead decided to one person push long, one person push Cat. And Dank getting that kill is like the reason why they shouldn't solo push. Cray also shutting down Tay in mid, refragging his teammate Hoggins, and now we have a 2v2 where we have Ascendancy and Sunset Ravens are taking one-on-one fights. Because of this lack of a rotation from Ascendancy, they've split themselves up. So just skip ahead here a little bit. Okay, this is nice from Rover here. Cray's holding this scaffold to try and deny anyone coming out of scaff and also deny Rover from rotating from A to B to help his teammate. Rover wins this fight. Mechanically, maybe. Pre-aim, maybe it was better. I'm going to put it down to the fact that Cray has to aim out of his left eye, so he's at less of an advantage on the right-hand peak. So Cray does hit Rover, to be fair. Rover gets that headshot. Fair play to him. Now Dank left it in the 1 versus 2. And now this is where the rotation comes in. And this is a nice rotation from Ascendancy. They've gotten that mid control. So Rover said, okay, last guy's on B. What the fuck? Rover gets mid control. Last guy on B, it should be Scanner. Go rotate to A. Plant, easy win, because that guy that's rotating, Dank, is going to have a hard time clearing out Rover. Why he's pushed underpass here and tried going to B, I don't know. If you watch this, please let me know. I'd like to know the thought process behind this. So Bambuza's doing what I would like here, but I didn't think that Reality needed to be so active in this play that he's done. But there should be, yeah, Reality wins it. Okay. Fair enough. It worked. It worked. Nice round for Ascendancy. Okay. Full B long again. Ascendancy were very heavy on their B longs against Sunset Ravens. They loved a good slam. But this is where they let Pan shine. Maybe not this round, but like in general, Pan shines on long. So I think we see swing here. Information's gotten. 5 people, all spotted. Easy info. Okay, Pan gets 1. Actually does a great job there to trade 1 person out after swinging into 5 people. So we talked about round 1. Tay ran undersight. Bit of a trick play, but expected because they've done it before. It's a play that is like quite, I wouldn't say common, but like can be used, and when it is used, it's memorable. So Squarehead now tries the same thing. As we see people already ready for it, Dank shuts it down. Cray also was on A ramp holding that as well. And now Ascendancy have site control, but Sunset Ravens have the number advantage, and they have a much more favorable position here. So Sunset Ravens, because of the lack of a number advantage, Ascendancy, because they don't have number advantage, had to all cross to site to play together. This hinders their ability to deny any control of undersight. If they had kept 1 player top and 2 people gone up to site, they might have fared better at denying undersight. Because here we'll see Hoggins, I think, makes his way into undersight, able to deny plant here. Free kill for Hoggins. Nobody there on top to deny it. That smoked help a lot. So, yeah, like the 3 people crossing, I think on a post plant for B, if you have B site control, leave 1 on top to deny undersight or smoke it. It's now 2v4. Sunset Ravens have like all the map control they could possibly want. This is actually really unlucky for Rover. I feel a little bit bad for him. So it's kind of timing for Cray to be... Okay, no, to be fair. So Cray's jiggling this for Hoggins, who's walking up on it. So actually this interaction went the way Sunset Ravens planned for it to go, with Cray baiting the bullets, Hoggins taking the fight. Now 1 versus 4 for 30, and he's just pinched completely. Well played for Sunset Ravens with the 3 people that were relevant to the retake. I don't know what the fuck Milo's doing on A still. It was very clear there wasn't a lurk. Maybe that's a lack of comms, who knows. Another B slam. We're seeing this time more aggressive cat, so the B long only plays haven't been working perfectly. So they are now applying even pressure onto the site. But what I really like here, so this mid lurk isn't found out. Tay goes quietly. Hoggins smokes off Scaff, instantly rotates. And it's nice because now with like as minimal map space given away, they've now got 3 stack on B site and they know it to be. Bamboo's a great entry pick there onto Pan. Well done to shut him down. Reality also a great nade. Gun in face for Hoggins. That sucks. Now a 2 versus 5. This, I think, is the last round we see Ascendancy win. I don't think Milo wins the 1v4. Nicely done from Ascendancy. They changed things up. They applied split pressure onto the site, and their entries got the picks that they needed. And yeah, I mean, they won their one-on-one gunfights. They took a fight of a 2v1 on Cat, a 2v1 on Long. They've done well to take site, and they close out the post plant. That mid lurk as well was very valuable, just to deny any form of winning. But then this, I think, is where Pan starts to lock the fuck in and shit on Ascendancy, because he does very well on B long here. So we see here, it's still mid insert, a slow cat this time. Okay, maybe not a slow cat because they're in mid. Tay's changed things up. He's not coming from LT this time. He's coming from top mid. Now on the other side of Scaff. Again, Tay for this entire match is the mid insert. And when I say insert, it means on a default / like half execute. Having one player in a spot to deny rotations is inserting themselves in the enemy's line, basically. That's what I mean when I say mid insert. Interesting for Ascendancy to have a mid insert and a lurk, because this takes away a bit too much from their long push, which I think is why they struggle here. Now, another thing, just like in terms of the general LAN event from what I observed, utility usage in terms of grenades, smokes, it was a bit shit. Like a lot of cross smokes missed, a lot of nades used too quickly. So we see here, Sunset Ravens have got 2 grenades and no utility apart from that. Ascendancy have got 2 grenades, but other utility as well. But the issue is that none of the long players have a grenade. They've all used them. So what Pan does nicely here is he smokes B long early, as you can see on the right side over here. Smokes B long early, baits out the grenades from Ascendancy, who are a bit too grenade happy in this moment. Pan then now is safe from the grenades, gets himself into Ninja, which is a bull lake to clear. And now Ascendancy are going to have to halt. They're holding this, as you can see by all the bloody lasers on Pan. They probably know he's there. And this, I spoke to Pan about this after the game they played. Pan then goes, oh, come play for me instead of long. This is a nice bait play. He's gotten into Ninja without actually being seen. They are holding it because they're suspicious he's there, but they don't know he's there. So now Dank comes in from Cat to pretend to be Pan. They don't know it's not Pan. They just think it's the long player. Spotted out, and look at that now. Okay, 1 gun now is on Ninja. To be fair to them, they're still holding it, which is nicely done. But they just can't stop Pan being in this position. And that was sort of like a halt. So this is like a stalemate, and one team has to, like, so when you get into a stalemate and you're attacking, you have to force the play because you obviously have to worry about time. So now this is Ascendancy forcing the play, smoking crossing without killing the long player. The mid inserts, they can get the value that they need, but it's being able to kill Pan here on long. Nice smoke bang from Pan, gets 2. Tay, insane value as the mid insert. This is what I mean when I say like the mid insert is just so valuable, especially on Suna, being able to get to Scaff and deny rotations. But the issue is Pan exists. If Pan wasn't an absolute demon on Ninja and didn't get this 3k, Ascendancy would have had the round in the bag and would be maybe the game could have gone differently, but this is where the momentum tips to Sunset Ravens. Pan gets a 3k completely on his own. Tay's 2k overshadowed by Pan's 3k here. So now Ascendancy are fucked. Their last two players are stuck in, or not stuck in mid, but are in mid. Pan has control of Scanner. Pan knows they're going up cat, so he plays on long. Now what Pan needs to do here is play for time for Milo to rotate, so that then they can play a 2v2. What the fuck? Okay, so Pan plays on the crate. I don't mind the play here. Like, I think he trigger happy, goes for the swing. Fair enough. Actually, timing's perfectly because just Tay doesn't have his gun out. But the gun issue for Pan, either way, gets the kill. Didn't even need the headshot. So now 2v1. Pan doesn't need to do anything. 20 seconds left. Rover has to pick up scan, and Milo's coming in for the pressure. Pan can just hide. Pan chooses to not hide because he's Pan, and he gets the kill. Huge ace, huge. Tay's 2k in mid was like strategical value to Ascendancy and would have won them the map if not for the fact that Pan pulls out this hero play. That is a godsend of a play to ace like that. And it's just nicely done it all on his own as well. Like, okay, we're going to talk about Dank baited for him. Nicely done by Dank. Like, that allowed the 3k to occur. And then it sort of was just Pan show from there. That bait from Dank allowed for the first two, and then Pan, other three, it was all just him. And it's nicely played. Another B from Ascendancy. So, like, we've seen just B push, B push, B push, but it's not as simple as it seems. They're changing up the way they push B, and it's nice to see the variations that reality calls as an IGL. Sometimes it's mid inserts, B aggression, full B aggression, cat aggression, and it's a mixture. And that mixture is not allowing Sunset Ravens to predict them, which is nice. Like, Sunset Ravens are still coming out on top in terms of rounds. This kill, nicely done from Dank. A bit of unawareness from Tay. So what happens, and the issue is I'm not sure what sprung this idea from Dank, but every round so far, nobody's pushed down cat. So Tay's not expecting the cat push. Tay is in mid worrying about scaff, lower tunnels. Doesn't expect the cat push. But I'm now realizing that Hoggins is called a mid play. Hoggins is pushed into LT. Cray is playing on scaffold, and Dank is pushing down cat. This is a coordinated play to control mid, to stop the mid inserts. This is actually genius now that I'm realizing it. So Hoggins last round is upset. Hoggins realizes last round they would have lost if not for Pan. He's upset that they're not able to control mid inserts. So instead he's now, right, let's crush the mid inserts if there are some. And there are. So we've got, see here on the minimap, 3 people and Tay on cat. Tay's got to worry about too much. Audio is coming from places. And just nice from Dank to clear this out. Like, this is them clearing out mid, so they don't have to worry about mid inserts. And this allows Sunset Ravens to play this round a lot more comfortably in terms of their rotations. They now know it's a B. They're now rotating. Hoggins especially has cleared out A main. And now this is, again, like the initial pistol round we had, is the blender. And the blender is just Ascendancy crossing. They haven't killed the long player. They're just getting absolutely torn apart. They're just going to get shredded by utility. They're going to get shredded by utility, and it's just going to be a mind fuck of where are we looking, where are we clearing. So now we've got nice play here from Pan. Pan's gun is on single fire here, which I just find funny. Not relevant to the cast or to my analysis, but hilarious nonetheless. Nice kill. Looking at this mini-map, this is what we call negative map control. Ascendancy are in a box and they don't have plant down. If like I looked at this mini map and it was post plant, I'd be like, oh, okay, like fine, it's a tight post plant. But we have got an invisible box here where if it's like they just have no space to work with and they're so pinched. So like, okay, Pan gets shut down. Even less map. Well, actually more map control. They freed up long a little bit, but the flank can come in. It's this issue of underpass, graffiti, ladder, cat to worry about. And so, again, because Pan got into this position on barricades, Sunset Ravens know there's nobody playing top, so they can run up undersight freely only having to look in this direction that Kray's looking. Kray's not worried about anything to his right because Pan was there, Pan cleared it. And just like that, it's just Ascendancy gets squished in. So like SR are playing nicely. They're not letting their long player die. The long player is playing for his life nicely. And so Ascendancy are just getting squished. And they're not able to find the pick on long. And that round, they didn't find any value in mid. So it didn't go well for them. So now IGL calls, right, let's change things up. A slam. First A slam of the game. In fact, the first pressure we've seen on A. The most we've seen is someone run out of A main. So when this does happen, we're going to see a very fast rotation here, especially I didn't even realize this. Pan instantly clears B long. So I think what happens here, Pan's playing close. You know what? He just completely swings it. And so they just all rotate for free with not a worry in the world. Nice nade from Rover. Takes main control as well. Blender. Ascendancy love to be blended, and Sunset Ravens love a good blender, and I love this term blender. So this is the issue with sending this many people long and not enough presence in main. As someone on ramp of Suna, there are two things I'm nading. Juke or sandwich. I know there's no one Juke because my Juke player killed the guy. Hold on. No. I know there's no one Juke because we haven't seen anyone run out Juke. Hoggins is that information gatherer. So Hoggins is on ramp. He has a line of sight here. He sees if anyone's on Juke. Therefore, all the grenades, sandwich. And we see this 2K come in. I didn't even know how that happened because they were so far away from each other. Either way, this is my favorite defensive setup from SR in terms of how they coordinate this. So I told Hoggins to play themselves like this. I'm pulling up my mini map for this because I absolutely love the way they played this. So defending A main, they have the A main player here, they have the mid player here, and then they have their rotating players here. And this is just fucked for Ascendancy. This is smoked off by Ascendancy, fine. But anything in this area is just visible for all of Sunset Ravens to see. So we'll see here. It's reality. Swing. Holy shit, I would be crying if I swung into that. That would scare the balls out of me. Mid player, B player, A main player. Yeah, like, I'm not surprised he didn't get a kill. Fair play. Like, no one's getting a kill there. He's just got fucked. Same for Tay, I think. Well, actually, no, he gets a bit more value if I remember correctly. So, what goes wrong here for Sons of Ravens? Bit of over-aggression from Dank. So, Kray is killed by the nade. Nicely done by Tay. That's a good nade. They got info on someone being green. Over-aggression from Dank. It's not needed. So, Dank pushes up this sidewall here. Hold on, Dank pushes up the sidewall here, which allows Tay on Duke to isolate a gunfight like this. If Dank was in this position down here, Tay would have to swing a little bit wider to see that line, and then would be more open to like the range of the people on ramp. So Dank allowed Tay to isolate a gunfight, and Tay punished it. So now, Ascendancy, they're back in main, they have scanner, they can do whatever they want. Now this is where they can play mind games. Pan is aware of this, Pan goes straight back to B site. But in a position where he's not open to long, but has audio on cat. The way that both of Sunset Ravens set this up, I'm not actually a fan. So Pan's in a good position. This is where I would play if I had to solo anchor B site. Because he's got Jiggle Peak info for cat and Jiggle Peak info for B long. Hoggins, on the other hand, I'm not a fan of his position because he's in an area of open space. So Hoggins is playing in this position. Hoggins is playing in this position here. He's open to scaffold and open to actually just scaffold, I'm going to say. And maybe a little bit of B long if you really care. But the reason why you don't want to be in this position and be open to scaffold is because it's an unfavorable fight. So Hoggins doesn't have cover in this position. He has nothing to swing off of. He is guaranteeing himself a gunfight of someone swinging him on scaff. There's no possible way for him to be the one swinging unless he times it perfectly and goes around this way. And If Hoggins crouch walks, little fun fact about the player models in Veil: when you crouch, your arse like sticks out to the left. Hoggins is, so say we're seeing like a fight between two players. Hoggins is crouched in this position, holding this, and someone crouches out of scaffold. So we'll say like Hoggins's butt is here, Scaff guy's butt is here. So the Scaff guy is going to see Hoggins's butt first. Not a favorable position. Hoggins is either being swung or being seen first. So not the best place to anchor, but it's okay. Ascendancy don't go for the mid play, which is fine. They just go for the full on rotation. But Tay is going to stay in audio bait a little bit. Or actually be the mid insert. I barely remember this game, but I'm trying my best. Okay. Hoggins hears Tay in lower tunnels at this point, I'm going to guarantee. And it looks like it's about to size up to be this fight I was talking about, where Tay is in a more favorable position to win the fight. But Tay doesn't go for the fight, he just goes up cat, and now we see a split push. This is Ascendancy's issue, I think, and a lot of the, like, okay, they won the event. Good for you guys. If you're watching this, take everything you possibly can and learn from it, because, you know, this is when you're playing under pressure. It's good. Well played, but it could have been played better. And this here is especially one of those scenarios where in a 2 versus 2, you've decided to split your players apart. Big no-no, big no-no. Just like play numbers more. That's my, like, if I could say anything to Ascendancy, play numbers more. I said this in my last VOD. It's the reason why when we see Ascendancy lose a map, it's usually because they're splitting up. They're taking one-on-ones. And here we'll see this. So Pan gets pressure from both Cat and Long. Decides to isolate the gunfight. Nicely played from Pan. Squarehead not expecting Pan in an off-angle position. And Pan takes the one-on-one gunfight. Had Tay been with Pan, had Tay been with Squarehead, double swing. Or Tay refrags Pan. 1v1 then at that point. Instead, Tay now in the 1 versus 2. We know Pan is on B ramp, and we know Hoggins is somewhere towards the A site, or Tay does. He has to make a hero play. Goes for it, but Hoggins owns VR aim, so he hits the headshot, and that's the round for Sunset Ravens. Nice defense so far. What the fuck? Okay. Hoggins, unsupported solo mid aggression. I don't like this. I'm not a fan. So solo mid aggression isn't good. It's a sell. So giving away mid on Suna is the #1 way to lose your team the round, because mid controls everything to deny rotations. And like if Tay kills Hoggins, and Tay knows how to play this, like he knows how to play a denial of rotations. Tay kills Hoggins. Scaff control is gained by Ascendancy. Scaff control is life. Ascendancy can either go pivot that, like if you imagine Scaff, Ascendancy, pivot A site. B players are cut off by the Scaff player. Other way around, pivot B. A players are cut off. That's why mid control is important. It's to deny rotations. What the fuck? Okay. I would be screaming at my team right now if I was Tay. There's one LT. You guys have the numbers to go and fight towards mid. To be fair, Cray does come in to support Hoggins, which is nice to see. So Hoggins only has to worry about Tay now. So it's basically a one-on-one between those two. Godsend of a nade from Cray. I love that. A bit like it's always RNG throwing a nade at Cat, but nicely done from Cray to know the lineup and catch someone on that bend. And then Rover mollied off as well. Utility usage is what's separating from Sunset Ravens. Like Sunset Ravens separated from Ascendancy in terms of early round because of utility usage. They use their utility better. That pick from Cray allows Hoggins to then push up into mid. Rover is aware of this, but Pan is Jesus. Pan has got a 2k on Long. Pan has just won his team the round. There's not much I can say apart from Pan getting that 2k. Is just like, I don't know what Pan's done. I can't see it on cast. Pan diff. He's done something, some form of micro play to isolate one-on-one gunfights between him and Ferdimon, between Bambuza, Ferdimon, and him. So he's then gotten a 2, traded out for 1. Now in a 4 versus 2, we've seen 1 utility kill and Pan being a godsend. And because of Tay backing off, not channeling Hoggins anymore, Tay's got A for free. Good for you, Tay. Pan's killed your long player. Pan has scan. Hoggins is in garage. This is like the reverse idea of mid control. Like Rover and Tay have no possible way to play together with each other. They have to take one-on-one gunfights here. So now Rover and Tay, both in weird positions. Rover takes his one-on-one gunfight, wins it. Jedi Milo takes his one-on-one gunfight, wins it. Fair fucking play to Milo, because I know he doesn't play Veil that much, but well done. He actually, like, special mention to Milo, because I had low expectations for someone that doesn't play Veil much, and he showed up and he performed, and I liked it. Like, he played for his team. It was nice. Maybe not as well on Frio, but to be fair, I'm also shit at Frio, I'll admit. It's now Rover 1 versus 3. And this is like, he's got a minute. Rotate along, grab scanner, I think. This is like an impossible position to win. You have like one Sunset Ravens player on barrel, one on top cat. You're just not like, that sucks. And well played to Dank. It's a nicely taken fight. Okay. That was nice to watch. Now, let's see why Sunset Ravens win 3 straight rounds on attack. Because I'm also really excited for this. Default setup from Ascendancy. Tay playing mid. Here's info about a player being A main. Rotates to A, thinking it's an A. Now is pulled back because long info. And this is where Ascendancy realized, like, you can see Tay jumps between underpass to ramp to underpass. That's because Ascendancy go A info, A push, B info. What the fuck? Assume default. It's rare to see a default on pistol round, but SR pull it out. They whip it out. Good for them. So now we see nice mid control. Milo has scaff control. Swings. Shut down by Rover. Good aim. Good aim. That's... SR had the idea. They had the idea to go for that mid control and have the mid insert playing that position, but he was shut down. Yeah, this is not. I'm not editing this out. You guys can wait. Okay. Rover does a nice job to shut the mid player down. It's good awareness to check scaff if it's not smoked. Good awareness from Rover to check scaff if it's not smoked. Milo just pounced a little bit too early, although to be fair, no, actually, I'll just say that's just pistol there for that point. Like, that's just an aim thing. Now on to the next play. Why are we using a revolver? Why on God's green earth are we using a revolver in semi-finals at a LAN event? Why? I don't like this. I hate this gun. It's fucking shit. Pan does nothing. Pan gets a 1k. That's not good for Pan. Pan could do better. I'm shouting at him. I actually will shout at him, or I have. So, Ascendancy, they know it's the default, but Rover's in control of mid. They haven't heard that much towards A, so they're stacking B. That's completely fine. They've got the right read here. The majority of Sunset Ravens is also towards B. It just so happens that Scanner's not, which is like a bit of a mindfuck. Pan gets 1, but then Tay refrags. Unfavorable trade because Pan's on a shit pistol. 30 shuts down Dank. Pan refrags, but then Tay refrags. And because I will tell you for a fact right now, if you ever look at Pan when he dies to Tay, it's because he's reloading that stupid gun. Look at that. Look at that. Pan's tucking, reloading his gun because the revolver sucks. Anyways, now 2 versus 4. Anyways, moving on. 2 versus 3. In terms of map control, Ascendancy are so much better off here. I thought this game was a 9-2, so I'm actually going to be amazed if they win this, but... Oh, actually, no, never mind, never mind. This is genius. Okay, this is genius. Hoggins, here's player, A main, running to site. Knows a player's sandwich. 2 on A. 1 on B. That's the assumption I would have. Hoggins, Cray, both now playing numbers together. This is what Ascendancy need to be tapping into. They need to play their numbers together. Swing together as a team. How the fuck? Okay, so Craig gets back alive here. They're still playing together. Double up cat. Go up cat together. They're taking 2-on-1 fights. Ascendancy are scattered. They have 2 towards A, and Sunset Ravens get that info, but now 2 versus 1. This is what I mean when they play numbers perfectly. Double swing. Nice. They would have been refragging. Now a 2 versus 2. Like, Hoggins and Cray have been playing together for 6 years. These guys know how to play together in a post-plant or even like a late-game situation. And now... Okay, hold on. For fuck's sake, Cray, I get so annoyed with this guy sometimes because he plays such beautiful, but then shit Veil. Oh, hold on. I am being pinged. Yes, I'm a dedicated ranked player, okay? Shout out VMM, Q, please. I need elo. Anyways, oh, perfectly set up from Sunset Ravens, 2 versus 2. They're in a nice position here. They're playing together on Cat. They're playing for the double swing. Hoggins is also in a position where he can gather info on if they're B-long, so then they can double up Cat again and fight B-long together. They're playing this together perfectly. Now, why the fuck is Cray wide swinging? I have no idea. Off angle, kinda. I just still don't like it. Rover, there to shut it down. Cray punished for that stupid wide swing. Hoggins. Shout out to VR Aim. If you guys just watch. Shit on. Shit on. IRL drop shot. Motherfuckers on camera. Top right. Have a look. This is passion. Shots 1. Oh. Drop shot. Look at that, man. He is flexible. He wins that 1v2. 2v4 to 1v2. Would have been a 2v2 if Cray hadn't sold the balls off of Hoggins. Hoggins clutches up. I love the drop shots. I love the drop shots. Well played. SR 7-2 up. Ascendancy had like a great map against VGG here. So for SR to then have a great map against Ascendancy, like it tells me, and this is like, I don't hate Ascendancy. I know you guys watch me a lot analyze Ascendancy losing so far. That's what it's been, like 2 of the 3 episodes. It's because I like to see the best map played by a team. So we're going to look at who plays the best Miru next in the tournament. But for now, this is the best Suna we've seen played by SR. And they do it so nicely. Okay. 7-2, Ascendancy, default. Once again, same actually, too long. I'm not going to... Like, Rover's a good IGL, but at this point, I'm going to be questioning Pan's 12 and 7. Do I want to be only sending 2 people at him? Because Pan has consistently been winning this 1v2. Because he's Pan, and he's the GOAT. Not really. Anyways, Ascendancy, mid control has been gained. But SR are ready for it. 1 player underpass, 1 player CT. They only have 1 person on A. Why is that? Because Ascendancy never fake or do anything that ends up being towards A. Every default Ascendancy does, it ends up being towards B long, because Ascendancy don't like to finish on A, which I think is fine. Sorry, someone's not ready up for my rank game. Guys, I'm upset, okay? So, SR, gamble, Hoggins, I jails this. Let's have 1 person on A. Guys, ignore me. Ignore me, I forgot we swapped sides, my bad. Anyways, SR, going for mid control. Ascendancy set up perfectly to deny it with this player in CT and this player in underpass. And so, oh my god, I might actually have to cut that out of the video because I'm an idiot. 31, 1v2 here on long. Can he do what Pan has been doing? Buddy, get nice tags, nice tags. But now, SR are aware of where he is. Buddy goes a bit wider. Ooh, okay. Right. Disadvantages of playing Penis as a long player set in Penis. And this is what you're going to see. Genius here from Dank. Oh my god, I love this. Pan, gun up, holding Penis. Dank, crouch peek, underpass. He's going for that free kill. He gets Tay. Tay's fuming. Tay's like, what the fuck are you doing, Ferdy? Why are you not holding long? Like, that's your job. Ferdy then swings, attempting to refrag. Pan was there holding it. Sunset Ravens played the numbers so nicely there. They had a 2v1 and then v1 or whatever, and they took the fights correctly. Nicely played. Sunset Ravens number advantage, and they have 2 people up cat. Ascendancy are royally fucked this round. One player, square ahead, forced out of position because he hears the cat info and he hears the long info. He can't stay up. He's going to get pinched if he stays up on site. He drops into ladder. Bull lake of position, but, and this is nice from Pan. Pan delays his cross. Why? Because Pan doesn't need to do anything. Pan knows there's one person on site, as you know, they've only killed 30 and they know Tay's. They killed 30, long player. They killed Tay, mid player. They haven't killed Squarehead yet. They know he's the cat player. So Tay's been, Squarehead's been forced off cat. The cat guys that are pushed for Sunset Ravens are now swinging side. They've just cleared it all. Squarehead had to move out of position. He's now out in the open. Nice pick on from Bamboozers, shutting down the lurk from Milo. Here we go. What the fuck? Anyways, Pan wins this fight regardless. Like, it doesn't matter. I think Pan still won that fight, even if Hoggins didn't refrag. But okay. So nicely played from Sunset Ravens. Dank and Pan getting that pick onto Tay and 30 while keeping Pan alive. Wow, awesome. Cray and Hog, who are in mid, then can push up Cat. They have pressure from Cat, they have pressure from Long, and there's only one guy towards the B site. So now we see a 2 versus 3, where Ascendancy only have control of mid and A. They know it's B. But now Cray can just plant. Nice and calm. Post-plant positions. One person. Low HP. Okay. A testament to Pan and actually being a smart player at times. Pan is on a head peak on Long. Why? Because he's low HP. This is actually a good little tip as well. Like, if you're low HP, who's spam pinging me? Chill on my buns. Okay. If you're low HP, what do you want to do to maximize your value? You play on the head peak. Why? Because you can only be headshot. It doesn't matter if you're low HP if you can only be headshot, because you would die anyways if you get headshot. Low HP, play head peaks. Anyways. Ascendancy, play together. Glue, duct tape, bungee rope, whatever you want. Keep yourselves together. One-on-ones now. Bamboos actually also comes in a little bit late. Because he's coming late, he's going to have to go... Okay, nice nade. Gives Bamboozer a bit of time to come long, but the issue is Hoggins is the ballsiest player on the planet. Ah, okay. I finally understand this play. So, nice nade here from Rover. Bamboozer's coming in a little bit late. He's going to have to go quickly. Rover sees Pan on that little pixel, throws the nade, Pan's on low HP, can't dodge it. Now, I think somehow some form of miscommunications occurred here. Hoggins is either really scared of Cat or really scared of Underpass. Because that guy, he's obviously trying to reposition, takes Pan's position. That's ballsy. And now he's scared of Cat. I think he thought Bamboozer was Cat. Because, like, Bamboozer came in delayed, which worked for him. And then just, like, yeah, nice from Cray. That was close, but nice from Cray. 8-2. Oh my god, I'm being spammed. Regardless. 8-2. Final point. Aggressive mid here from Tay. And I'm gonna say I'm a little bit happy because this play from Sunset Ravens is something I came up with. I asked them to play it because I thought it'd be cool. The play here is one person towards the A site just to deny it. So what, like, the point of this A site player is to not let anyone get into this area of upper tons. The B long player is trying to sell a shitty looking fake. So basically, Milo's job on long is to make the most obvious fake on earth. And the point of the person on A is if this fake is red, the A player can be the new push. The 3 people cat, it's contact play. And what a contact play is they're giving 0 audio until they see someone. Some poor sod in this situation that's Rover is going to jiggle peek something and see 3 people with their guns up at him. Rover gets absolutely mauled down. Poor guy. Unlucky. Sunset Ravens get the pick. Explosion up cat. They have the pick that they wanted, or kind of. Squarehead, timing, a bit unlucky, and then just this is Okay, Tabe maybe could have gotten 1 or 2 there. I don't know what happened. But Sunset Ravens played numbers nicely. Those 3 people up cat. They've been playing together for a while. Crimson Claw, a while. They're old. 3 of them, triple swing, together. All clearing sight together. Bit clueless, refrags, come in. 4 versus 1 for Bambuza, and he's in a shit position. Unlucky to him. Lovely play. Milo lurked out a main. You guys didn't even notice that because you were so distracted by everything that happened towards B. The B-long player didn't even do anything. It was those 3 people cat. The 3 people cat killed the mid player, killed the cat player, killed the B player, killed the A rotations. That 3-player contact worked nicely. And Sunset Ravens, they win 9-2. That's the best map of Suna we've seen in a while. Or like at LAM we saw. To sum it up, I know I've gone on for a while. Sunset Ravens, well bloody done. Sunset Ravens played numbers correctly. They play together in post plants, they play together in mid-round, end game situations, and early game. They're not taking one-on-ones that much. They take a one-on-one, they might lose it. I don't know. They barely take any, and the ones we saw, they probably lost them. But we saw a lot of 2-on-1s from Sunset Ravens. We saw not many from Ascendancy, and that's what Ascendancy can do better. And that's what people need to learn from how SR play this map. It's not about the like genius strategies or anything like that, or the trick plays. It's about their basic fundamental teamwork to retake site together, to swing together, to split pressure onto a site together. And that's what got Ascendancy so down for this 9-2. Thank you all for watching. Episode 4 is going to be on I would say Ascendancy versus VGG on either Kidi or maybe Miru. I want to see like a very strong Miru or Kidi. I've done enough Sooner in my time. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.